the final chapter.
Is Leia okay?
She's seen some stuff.
She's seen some stuff.
And Luke looks like he's seen some things too, damn.
Oh, Luke is currently seeing things as we speak.
Yeah. That's a shot of him looking at Joris and Luke.
Meanwhile, Leia's gone off to become a mime somewhere. She's going to mime school.
As part of her Jedi training, she has to learn to communicate without language.
Yep. Oh boy. I like how that last guy was like, you guys joke too much, and then we haven't even started the video.
Oh yeah.
We're just straight up into it.
Straight up into it, like, it is how we do things. We're not gonna change it. We have fun.
Yeah.
And most of the time it's because it's like, well, it's just really good and we're enjoying it, but I feel like we want to add value to it somewhere. So what are we gonna do?
I don't know if I go as far as calling it value.
Well, why would you watch us instead of just watching it directly?
Yeah. Yeah, what are you guys even doing here? Come on.
If you want us just to sit in silence and go, wow!
Well, if they want, they can screenshot me right now. And then they can just insert that under the video while they watch it, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, we can just make this a
There we go.
thumbnail.
Yeah. So, we've helped everyone out now. We've helped everyone out. Yep.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what the final chapter has to show us. With the epic battle.
Princess Leia, the mime.
The chapter is dedicated to the cast of voice actors who brought the characters to life. Everyone who watched, liked, subscribed, commented on and shared the series. All the kind people who supported the crowdfunding campaign. And those who said not to attempt this project because it could not be done.
Who was that?
Do
Rude
what must be done, Lord Angelus. Do not hesitate. Show no mercy. Do it out of spite!
Pretty much. No matter what they say, just do it out of spite.
Yeah.
That's been the running gag for your entire channel. You're just doing it out of spite at this point.
Yeah, I'm real spiteful.
Real spite. Ooh. Where's the rest of the X-Wing?
I don't know.
It's just a wing.
That reminds me of
exactly
seeing
what
the
you'd call
space
a
stations in
resounding victory.
Empire at War, though.
Going to take months just to rewire all the control circuits.
Would you rather the Imperials had gotten it whole?
Not at all. You did what you had to. I'm just saying what others will. That destroying all these ships in order to save them was not exactly the optimal solution.
Right. You sound like Counselor Phalea.
Exactly.
Fortunately, he's just one voice.
Yeah, but a loud one. And one that a lot of people are starting to listen to.
Phalea is a different pronunciation I don't think I've heard.
Nah, failure. That's a nice one.
Because we all know failure is a failure.
Failure. 3PO's looking amazing over there.
He does. It's so shiny and spick and span.
That's a movie level 3PO, that one.
Yeah. It's down to a T.
He'll
It's
find
great.
some way to parlay this incident to his political gain. You just
Parlay.
watch.
Parlay.
Aphion here.
Sir, we have an incoming call from Coruscant from Captain Solo. Is he with you?
Right here. Go ahead.
Han, it's Leia.
3PO's almost too good.
Chewie's side eye. Chewie's... I need to screenshot this. This is so good.
Leia.
Oh my.
Wait, what are you doing back on Coruscant?
I think I've taken care of our other problem, at least for the moment. But that's not important right now. You need to get back here right away.
What's wrong?
Admiral Akbar has been arrested and removed from command on charges of treason.
How is he going to fit this all into 3 minutes?
Don't know, but it's looking
I'll be there
really,
as soon as
really
I
good.
can. Luke's
Yeah,
here
it does
too.
look really
You want me to bring him?
Side-eye and all.
Act like
Yeah.
one of these
Oh, it's just a
friends
bit
to
funny, that side eye.
Yep.
Okay. Call me in the Falcon if there's any more news. We're heading there right now.
I'll see you soon. I love you, Han.
Me too.
He loves himself. He loves himself.
Yeah, I'm pretty fond of myself too.
Yeah.
You coming,
Me,
Luke?
I love me
Actually,
too. Yeah.
Bump to the top of the priority list. We'll have
Oh,
it ready to
man.
fly in no time.
We could be on the edge of a civil war here.
Yeah, well, we're not gonna let that happen. We haven't gone through a war and back just to watch some overambitious Bothan wreck it all.
How are we gonna stop him?
We'll think of something.
So yeah, animation-wise, it's
And
getting
so
really,
concludes
really
the
good.
First book of Ed.
It is to be continued.
Ah,
So what's he saying here? At the end?
And so concludes the first book of Heir to the Empire. May the Force be with you.
The first book of Heir to the Empire, or the first book of the Thrawn trilogy.
yeah. Either way, we know what they meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, am I just forgetting that we saw the whole Joris and Luke versus Luke because it's been too long? Oh, there's even
No.
supercuts and everything here.
Wait, no, he hasn't faced.
I just wanted to... Here we go. Which one would it have been? It has to be, like, near the end here.
Facing off with Joris.
Yeah, I'm like... I just remember reading it, but I don't remember seeing it. Unless it's been way too long and too much has happened in between that I forget seeing it.
Easily.
Chapter
Easily.
31.
Just wondering which point that would be. Right.
Because there's the battle. Okay. There's...
Now you got me
stuff
thinking.
happening there. You got Mitty Boy.
Does he even face off with Joris in the first book?
Oh no! My brain's going way ahead, probably, to Last Command.
Yeah, that's why I'm sitting here like, oh.
No. I,
Have I forgotten something very important?
this is my problem with some of the stuff, is that my brain goes, it's all one story. In
Yep.
amongst the multitude.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here like, I don't think he would have faced off. I don't think they've met.
Well, I was just checking that. That's how it goes, I guess. No,
That's how it
no,
goes.
that's good. Okay, no, that was a good way to end it.
Oh yeah. No, this has
You've
just
got
been.
the battle. I think I remember
whole way
reading
through
in the
amazing.
notes of the anniversary edition of Heir to the Empire that Timothy Zahn was going to leave it earlier, but the editor said that it was better to end it on the battle
Yep. No, definitely.
rather than
yeah.
leave it for the next book, which is a really good addition for the editor.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That's an editor really doing their job. That is.
Yeah. I love how he's adapting the sequels.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a couple of messages after this, because that was in 3 minutes. I thought we could just see what he says. Because it does say to be continued, so there is to be Dark Force Rising. And then if he's committing to Dark Force Rising, then he must be committing to The Last Command.
Last Command. How many years has it been so far again?
Oh boy. When's the first one? 5 years ago, the opening crawl in the first chapter.
So we might get this finished before Game of Thrones. If
Dark
anyone's waiting
Force
for Winds
Rising endpoint
Dark
is
Force
probably...
Rising or Winds of Winter? What's going to win? Get your
Oh,
votes
Dark
in
Force Rising is probably going to be now 2030.
now. Yep.
And then the last command would be 2035.
Oh, so it's fine. Yeah. All
So
good.
we've got a decent schedule there.
Yeah.
They might even be a little quicker because he's already got models for most of them. He's got the animation and everything done already. So we just need to keep working on doing the settings and environments and rigging them up for the certain animations and getting the voices, which would be cool.
It would be cool.
And hey, if you want another voice, I'm happy to be part of it.
He suddenly moves on to the next book and it's full of Australians and like, what? Why is everyone Australian?
Apparently we're close to British, so it's like, well, I could sound like an Imperial officer, maybe.
well, it's kind of the same though as episode 2 and 3 when suddenly Lucas just shifted all the filming to Australia. They were just down at Fox Studios.
Yeah.
And for some odd reason, episode 2 and 3, suddenly every second person's either Australian or from New Zealand. They're like...
Tamira Morrison comes in. Oh, that's done that. All of the clones.
Yep. It was like full of Aussies and Kiwis. And like, what happened here?
That's really cool. It'll be really awesome to see this together as a single movie, re-rendered and everything with all of the updated models and that.
Well, yeah, because the difference between the beginning to the end at the moment is substantial, so...
Yeah. So
it's a lot of work, though. Well, I imagine it's probably... I don't know. I don't know how much work it actually is.
I think most... It
feels
seems
like
to me like what I would think of is most of the work would be getting the baseline models and type of environments and things set up.
Yeah.
And then it will be nowhere near as much work to replace the models if you've already got everything else set up.
And you'd also have to adjust, like, I don't know if it was the focus or the lighting on some scenes, because remember about halfway through, for like 3 episodes, everything looked like it was a miniature for some reason?
Yeah! There's some
really
perspective issues with some of the scenes. The different camera angle and focal length and that may have improved.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like a combination of focal length, but then also maybe frame rate or something, but there was seriously like 3 episodes where everything looked like it was just filming micro machines in the backyard. It was really
of course,
weird.
I think there were a lot of wide shots too, which would make that more difficult to get right.
Because no, in general, I am loving it though. I'm just like, yeah, going back and redoing all this would be an interesting task.
Yeah, and if he goes back and pays attention to enough detail to try and improve some of those things, that'd be neat too.
Oh yeah.
Make it the best it can be.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And it's already pretty good.
Let's see what he says. There's a 3-minute one and then a 4.5-minute one. So we'll see if it ends up being okay. We get the gist of it from what he says earlier on.
The guy only wants 4 minutes of your life.
Director, because we have reached chapter 32 and the end of Heir to the Empire. Now, as I record this, I've only just uploaded the video to YouTube, so I haven't had a chance to let it sink in that it's finished. That's going to come to me over the next few days, I think, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to feel about that just yet. But I want to thank the incredibly talented group of voice actors who brought the characters to life. I could not have done this project without each and every single one of them. I'm very lucky to have found them all. I'm incredibly proud of their work and the amount of time and energy they spent into their performances. There was not a single use of AI throughout the entire project, despite some suggestions that there'd be ways to go. It's not. I prefer real people. I also want to thank every single person who watched the series, who liked it, commented, shared it with your friends, and anything else that really showed how much you're enjoying it. Also, halfway through the series, we had a crowdfunding campaign to improve the software. That was a huge success, and with chapter 18, you can see that huge jump in quality as I predicted. And
definitely.
Thank you everyone who did that, because it made a huge
Not a bad thing, but yes.
Yeah, that's being realistic about the limits.
What's next?
Yeah.
Well, I want to, over the weekend, put together the part 2 movie, which is going to be chapter 17 to 32. So that's the second half of the book, and it will follow on from the part 1 that I released a couple of years ago. That I hope to get finished in time and released in time for Christmas, so you can all enjoy a feature-length version of Heir to the Empire. And if you really want to, you can watch both parts back to back. It's about 4 hours long.
About 4 hours.
Obviously, going to have a break over the.
Let me check his chapter 1, then. His part 1 of his supercut things. Yeah, part 1 here. 1 hour 49. Yeah, okay, that makes sense in the end.
Wow.
I guess you don't realise, because all of the single chapters are like 3 to 5 minutes or so. Maybe near 10 minutes, some of them.
Yeah, but wow, hey. Like, even when I was saying to you earlier with these adaptations, like...
And that's part 2, yeah. He's put that up because it's been a hot minute before we recorded the last one. And that's an hour 40. So this is probably what I'm gonna just show my parents when we're together again. Be like, here's Heir to the Empire, because Dad read Heir to the Empire. And he liked it. So I'm like, cool, here's this. What's this Supercuts one?
I mean, I know my parents did, but God, that would have been like 20 years ago for them or more.
Yeah,
so.
well, I got my dad to read it because I was insistent.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Holidays.
Oh, yeah.
And then something I've been working on is re-rendering every single chapter of Heir to the Empire. Because, you know, the early ones don't look as good as the new ones. So I'm in the process of doing that. It's not quite finished yet, but what I want to do is re-render everything. It's going to be a special edition. Even 32
Carry on
special
George's
editions, because I want
vision,
to
the special
render it in
editions.
higher quality. It won't be 4K because that will take forever, but it'll still look better than it does now.
And 1080p is fine for a casual audience. You're not going professional film grade stuff. And it's a lot lighter workload.
Absolutely.
You don't need 4K.
And once I'm ready with that, I'm going to release them weekly. So for 32 weeks, you'll get a new updated Heir to the Empire. And once that's done, I'll put them all together into one 4-hour-long movie, so you can watch them all in one go.
Oh boy.
Now,
One
why am I doing
full
that? Not
4-hour
just releasing
movie.
movie in straight
Get
in
your
one go.
popcorn.
Well, I need a little bit of time. Read this.
Yep. To read it, script it out. Let's go. I'm keen.
Well, just, yeah. As I've been saying since very early on, even just the adaptations themselves, just going through the book and breaking down what to use and what not to use is a really difficult process. I personally, being a bit lazier, as I said to you a few times now, I would have just used the comics because they've already broken down what's important to the storyline in a much shorter, smaller version. But no, he's gone through again and created his own adaptation.
And
so.
it's better for it. Because there's definitely things that the comic leaves out that's like, yeah, that's kind of something that I really loved about it.
Absolutely. So no, it's definitely much, much better for it. But undoubtedly a huge task to go through the novel and make enough cuts that you know you've got it down to, well, in this case, a 4-hour length.
Yeah.
Oh boy. 4
hours. So we're still gonna do that. Come around and have pizza and watch it.
You might have to have 2 lots of pizza.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we'd run out after the first couple of hours.
Yep. What about, 20 years from now when he's got all 3 of them out, so you got to sit down to, 12-hour long session for the whole trilogy.
We're gonna do a Star Wars marathon. Mandatory in the Star Wars marathon, DarthAngelus' adaptations.
Oh, man. I mean, worth it, but, put aside the time now.
Just, put aside the time now. No, that's gonna happen. Book it in.
Book it in.
I'm keen to see once he re-renders all the chapters, but I feel like something more beneficial would be just us having a look at the full movie rather than each chapter as it comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Because
it's
bad.
Each chapter as it comes out.
It's bad enough that we finally react to some of the chapters and then he's like, oh, here's the next one.
And also, all these poor people have already sat through us talking non-stop about it.
Yeah, they put up with us a lot.
Yeah. If we go back and do each episode, all we'll have to add is, this looks better. Oh, this looks better. This looks better. Which is going to be very boring. And then that's probably all we're going to be able to do for the 4-hour-long marathon anyway, so...
Maybe we could do a thing where we watch it and then if there's any particular thoughts, just mention them afterwards.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
That's an idea.
But no, this is definitely... That's another well-loved copy you had, by the way.
That is. You can see how well-loved it is.
My copies are well-loved, but yeah. Wowee.
I got a hardcover sitting down here now. I reorganised my shelves.
Oh, nice.
So... Because I brought some more down and I was like, I need more space.
Well, I need more space. Clearly I need a
So
lot
I
more
have
space.
some
back
things
there.
in front of others too.
Yeah, I've done that.
Now,
Some things in
I've
front
had
of
to do
others.
that.
Some things are still in boxes because I need to get shelf extenders for the top. So I'm going to pop some shelf extenders up there and have more shelves here in the end to continue along the wall.
Nice.
So it'll take a while.
I just got bookends for the top part.
That works too. Yeah.
Just, that works. I put them up there.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
IKEA do really cool extensions, so I'm getting them.
Yeah. These are Kmart bookshelves.
It's all
So
from
it
the same
works.
place, I'm sure.
I just
Yeah.
want, and like, they could be like half the height again, and then I'd have so much more bookshelf space.
Yeah. Oh boy.
But yeah. No, that's really cool. I'm keen for Dark Horse Rising, and then of course this will be the last command after that. Looking for a 2035 marathon of the sequel trilogy.
Oh, you know what's more terrifying? That's going to come around so fast.
So much will change too. But I'm sure we'll still be here.
Oh, we'll just be significantly older.
We'll just be here like, how do we get 12 hours to watch this thing?
We're going to just watch two very old men just like, hello and welcome back to our...
I remember back in my day with the original Heir to the Empire adaptation.
Oh, man. Not to mention... Oh, you know what? I just started trying to calculate in my head how old Heir to the Empire itself would be at that point. Oh, it'd be like a 50-year-old book at that point. That's terrifying.
Yeah. 91. Wow, yeah.
Yeah, where is the time going? How?
The time goes, it's even like, oh, it was 10-year anniversary of the EU being sidelined. What? Where did the time go?
Yeah.
A lot
What happened
happened, but at the same time, it seems like, wait, we're here already?
Yeah. Well, it sort of helps in my case if you actually just try and ignore most of it and just keep rereading the EU, so in my mind, it never really left. That helped.
And then you look up and go, wait, where was I again?
Like, why are there no new releases? What's happening? Oh boy.
Like Gandalf. What was I doing here again? I have no recollection of this place.
Oh man. But no, this is definitely... I'm definitely looking forward to books 2 and 3, despite how far away that's going to be.
Yeah. When the chapters drop, we should be doing the videos, so he'll keep us entertained for a good 10 more years.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. And then turn around and do God knows what after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start with Jedi Search, and then just keep going along with the Jedi
It just end
Academy
up going,
trilogy.
where are we looking at? Here, we've got the... we've got, yeah, Jedi Academy. Maybe he could just adapt Die Jedi.
Yeah. Yeah, that could
Keep
work.
it shorter. But then also one of the big things would be if he adapts like Young Jedi Knights and Junior Jedi Knights.
Actually, this is an interesting... I mean, you're already doing it, mind you, but this is an interesting point. What would you necessarily adapt? Because I've seen Heir to the Empire adapted several times now.
Yeah.
I've seen Dark Empire adapted once or twice. Obviously, they're having a swing at Darth Plagueis now, but...
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. What more obscure, perhaps? Because Heir to the Empire is extraordinarily popular.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the biggest things that I don't see re-released, I don't see stuff for, is a lot of the YA novels.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, definitely.
I think something great to adapt would be stuff like Jedi Apprentice and Jedi Quest and that. Especially because you have the interconnectivity between all of those series too.
Yeah,
You can follow
that could
along the characters and everything.
That could be fun. Or perhaps a more obvious one, Shadows of the Empire?
Yeah. Shadows of the Empire is getting the fan animation.
Yeah, okay.
So I was kind of thinking something else, but yes.
Yeah, because I haven't seen one
Someone's
yet.
already
So.
doing that. Yeah, it's in the works whenever it happens.
Ah,
He showed
lovely.
off recently... let me find his channel, because he showed off a thing of modelling Jabba's palace.
Well, I never. Because they're releasing all those new figures this year too.
Oh yeah, well you know how
Interesting.
out of touch we are with news that I don't even see that.
Well, the other problem too with the figures, apart from Hasbro just really charging like wounded bulls, is that in Australia it's just very hard to get that sort of stuff. I do have Prince Caesar on order, so I've got him on order.
I've got some of the original ones I found at a con one time. I'm like, I can't pass these up.
Oh, no, definitely not. No, I love my originals, but yeah. You've got to have them. No, it's, they're releasing new 6-inch versions this year, so I'm like, yeah, I'll throw money at that, so.
Yeah. So this
even
is...
though it's very hard to get stuff here, very hard to get stuff.
Him working on his Shadows of the Empire fan film with Jabba's Palace while we think about other bits and pieces of what we do. Some comic stories would be nice to adapt, like Union would be a really good one to have a short fan film of.
Yep.
And there's some
It's
stuff...
definitely Jabba's Palace.
Yeah. There's stuff that's like past Heir to the Empire and some of Darth Plagueis and Shadows of the Empire. You don't really see any fan film adaptations, so you pretty much got free reign depending on what your favourite story is.
Absolutely. What about the initial Darth Maul comic? Now I know that's a lot of combat, so whoever did that adaptation would have to be very good at choreographing combat, because that's 90% of what's going on, but that could be fun.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to get the animation right for the combat, because I think that's some of the trickier part we see with each of the adaptations, is the combat isn't really that fluid.
No, and then Darth Maul as well is someone that has a pretty distinct combat style and is very energetic, so if you have it really clunky, and it clearly wouldn't work, so no, you'd have to be very careful with that. But that could still be fun.
It could be. Could be good.
Yes.
You just need to have someone that cares about it, which anyone doing a fan film probably would.
You'd hope so, but we have been surprised before.
Yes, and surprise to be sure, but not a welcome one.
We have had surprises. Like, oh, this person doing a fan film, they must love the EU. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Mixed canon fans, of course.
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd say about Heir to the Empire?
Not that hasn't already been said, because as we've just worked out, we've already sat through it for nearly 4 hours, apparently.
Yeah.
So that's terrifying.
Probably more, because we stop and talk about it.
Oh yeah, so definitely more. Wow. That's what you need to do at the end of it. You need to, when he releases the full, like, supercut, then you can release the full supercut of us talking about it.
Stick all of them together! That's perfect. That's perfect.
People sitting through 5 hours of us just chatting away. Oh.
Let's go.
One view. It's getting one view.
Just like when you're on Jax's channel going, talk about TCW.
Yeah. Like,
actually, I was just thinking as well, the Dawn of the Jedi comics would be awesome to adapt. Because it can go
visually
into
very
some
different
of
as
the,
well.
Yeah, visually unique. You've got origins of the Jedi to be able to explore and show.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Rakatans and that, which people that play KOTOR would know and be sort of like, wait, Rakatans?
What are they doing here? Yeah, actually, that's a really good point. It's a really good point. And it's still Star Wars-y enough that, it's instantly recognisable.
Yeah.
So, despite being quite a long way in the past.
Yeah. And it's just one of those things that's like, okay, it was near the end of the life cycle and it wasn't quite completed, but it has a really nice ending to that comic run, so...
Yeah.
That's good.
I just wish the novels kept going.
Yeah.
An entire era that gets one comic run and one novel.
Yep. Oh, hey, that sounds like Knight Errant as well.
That's true. No, that is true.
I think there were like 2 or 3 comic runs, but they end up all just going together. There's not much in that time period. Then again, it's very different to other things. And it's like, well, who knows if it was as successful. But,
I mean, that's one of the things I would definitely, if I was doing I know I've said this to you before, but if I was doing a fan project, probably trying to pick up and fill some of those gaps, because again, not that I'm saying anything against Heir to the Empire, it's an amazing idea, but when Heir to the Empire is already so well fleshed out and so well loved, giving some love and some closure to other eras and other works that didn't quite get it would be kind of fun.
Yeah, and I don't feel like doing something that someone's already done in a good way. Like, that doesn't need to be going, oh, I have to do the same thing as someone else. I'd rather feel in a different part of the world.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Love it.
Actually, I was just thinking as well about in there was the... what are they called again? Episode 1 Adventures books. It's the only depiction of how Jar Jar got exiled.
Yeah.
And so many people miss that. So it's like, that'd be good to adapt.
Well, it'd be really good to adapt, because I don't even know how widespread those books necessarily were. I was lucky enough to have them mailed to me every month, whatever it was. They
were hard to find, and I had to pay like $80 for one of them.
Yuck. Yeah. Yeah,
and it's like, oh.
Yeah, because I don't know if they were ever commercially available on shelves or anything. Like, I got them, as I said, wow, words. As I said, I got them through the mail, through the post, because you had to, like, subscribe to this thing back in the day. And I don't remember seeing them in stores or anything, so I don't even know how widespread they necessarily would be. I mean, a lot of kids probably would have been mailing the way for them, but... Yeah, I don't recall them being in shops. So... yeah, they'd be,
And I wasn't really around at that time.
Yeah, I mean, how come you weren't buying stuff before you were born? What's going on?
Oh, actually, no, that would have been Phantom Menace released. I sort of was there, but I was like 3 or 4 years old.
It's like those memes you see of like the small baby just rugged up. And it's like, here's me in 1992 wasting my time instead of buying a house for 20 grand. Yeah. You're like... just a small photo of you as a baby. Here I am wasting my time instead of collecting all the books that are coming out right now.
Think of what I could have been doing.
Oh, man.
Actually, in my childhood, I read a fair few books.
Yeah, well, I said I had a few lying around already before I was born, so that helps.
Yeah, that helps.
It helps when you got parents that are Star Wars fans, yeah.
Yeah, my parents like reading. I read more varieties of things and not just Star Wars, and then I got more into the EU. So...
Hooroo!
Hooroo!